Hi everyone, this is Maya and welcome to my YouTube channel. I would like to share a few details about myself and how this book, The Go-Giver Influencer Series by Bob Burg and John David Mann, somehow this book became relatable and influential on my life. During my regular days, I'm a registered nurse and I love to take care of my patients. In the long run, I realized it's not only the patients that you have to take care of, but you cannot take care of them if you don't know how to take care of yourself physically, emotionally, and mentally. To connect and sum up this book, let me share to you the 5 secrets of genuine influence and how it gave me insightful moments when it comes to building relationship, such as breathe. Breathe, master your emotions. For me, this is very challenging. Sometimes I feel like I have these habitual reactions of instantly reacting to situations and forgetting to breathe. In our daily lives, we sometimes encounter misunderstandings, miscommunications, and sometimes argument with someone else. I wanted to circle back to one of the genuine influences of building relationship, and that is trust. Trust and let go of having to be right at the same times. As long as your intention is to have a moment with yourself and to let go of the things you can't handle and just let it be. And then you arrive to a conclusion in the long run, you still win. And in my own experience, I was so surprised. Few days after, that CNA approached me in a more calmer way and reached out to me and talked to me. Listen, step into the other shoes. Then the next secret is be gracious, communicate with tact and empathy. I am a preceptor and I am precepting this new nurse. And this new nurse was telling me he had experience or hospital experience with other places. And in the back of my mind, because I was asking him about his experience, because I wanted to see which areas I could polish more or which areas that he needed more teaching or needed more orientation. And when I start showing him how to use, let's say, certain gadgets or getting into account, and I could see he was in a very difficult situation, I asked him one more time if does he have an experience on working on this new kind of technology, and he said no. And I asked him, did you have any experience working here in the hospitals in United States? And he said no. And I told him, you have to let your preceptor know which places or hospitals you had experience with, but you have to be honest in the first place because your preceptor would like to know about your experience so that your preceptor could see how much teaching she can give you. And I was about to get upset of that situation because in my mind I was thinking he just needs a little polish or a little fill in of information. So I tried to see his point of view, what made him do that. And I talked to him in a way I was connecting to him, and I told him, I know your experience is in the other country, but still you have to let your preceptor know because we are here to help you. But if you don't let us know, we cannot support you in the areas you are needed of support. And I am really here for you. And also you're putting your patient at risk and also putting your license at risk. And I don't want that to happen to you. So with that communication, I made him understand I am doing this to help you, to make you a better person and to make you a better nurse. And being straightforward can really help you to not be upset and to people like you thought they were telling the truth, especially if it involves patient care. But also, it was also challenging on my end because I was the preceptor and I have to set the tone of the day. And I think you nurses could really relate that, or not just nurses, but also people who are working in the medical field and precepting a new hire. And the last one will be smile, set the frame. I really love this and it's really doable for me. And I really starting to master this skill in a genuine way. I was making a phone call to one of my clients' family member, and I could hear from the other end of her voice that he was a little upset and concerned and asking a lot of questions. So what I did first, again, was listen and breathe and putting myself into her shoes. And I told her, I do apologize. Like, I think you have been waiting for how many minutes, and I have heard like you have been calling how many days and asking questions that has not been answered. And I am here to help you. If I cannot help you, then I will find the right person to help you. And I said that in a way like I was pretending I was talking to a friend, and in my mind that I was smiling and setting the tone of the voice of the day. And to my surprise, her voice started to soften and starting to tone down and starting to have a friendly voice. And I was glad on that conversation that we had, because it became a friendly conversation and we were laughing together at the end of our phone call. And this is very relatable, and for us people, not just nurses, and everyone out there, when we're dealing with clients and customers who are very irate, it's very important like we set the tone of the day and put a smile. Even though they don't see you, but they can feel your smile at the end of the phone. And once again, this book has really been helpful for me. And please don't forget to subscribe on my YouTube channel and watch the end of the video. Thank you.
From the best-selling authors of The Go-Giver, Go-Givers Sell More, and The Go-Giver Leader comes another compelling parable about the paradox of getting ahead by placing other people's interests first. The Go-Giver Influencer is a story about two young, ambitious business people, Jillian Waters, the chief buyer for Smith & Banks, a mid-sized company that operates a national chain of pet accessory stores, and Jackson Hill, the founder of Angels Clothed in Fur, a small but growing manufacturer of all-natural pet foods. Each has something the other wants. To Jackson, Smith & Banks represents the possibility of reaching more animals with his products. To Jillian, Angels Clothed in Fur could give her company a distinctive, uniquely high-quality line that will help them stand out from their competitors, if Angels Clothed in Fur can be persuaded to give them an exclusive. At first, the negotiations are adversarial and frustrating. Then, coincidentally, Jillian and Jackson each encounter a mysterious yet kindly mentor. Over the next week, while neither one realizes the other is doing the same, both Jillian and Jackson learn the heart of both mentors' philosophies, the 5 secrets of genuine influence. Master your emotions. Step into the other person's shoes. Set the frame. At first, the negotiations are adversarial and frustrating. Then, coincidentally, Jillian and Jackson each encounter a mysterious yet kindly mentor. Over the next week, while neither one realizes the other is doing the same, both Jillian and Jackson learn the heart of both mentors' philosophies, the 5 secrets of genuine influence. Master your emotions. Step into the other person's shoes. Set the frame. Communicate with tact and empathy. Let go of having to be right. The story ends in a way that surprises everyone, and with lessons we can all apply in our efforts to resolve conflicts and influence others. He's a real go-getter. How many times have you heard this phrase? This might inspire you to work hard to become a millionaire, but it's pretty misleading. It would seem that making it big in business these days requires snatching every opportunity. You've got to focus on your own growth to get ahead, right? Actually, that's not how it works. As we've seen time and again, the better way is to genuinely care about people. You're more likely to succeed by putting the spotlight on others' needs. What you really need is to become a go-giver by using Bob Burg's 5 laws of stratospheric success: value, compensation, influence, authenticity, receptivity. These laws are what Burg's book The Go-Giver, a little story about a powerful business idea, is all about. After reading this, you'll see how to take advantage of the power of giving more to receive more. Here are the 3 most inspiring lessons about focusing on others more than yourself. Develop a go-giver mentality to initiate your journey toward unimaginable success and enjoyment in what you do. Product improvements have limits, but the power of improving customer experience is infinite. Being authentic is the foundation for people having a positive experience with your business that will have a lasting impact on those you serve. Lesson 1. You'll enjoy what you do and be more successful if you focus on trying to give your all to help others. Do you ever feel like the harder you work, the further away your dreams seem? If this is the case for you, then what you need is a mindset shift. It's natural to want to be successful, but the way we look at how we get there is vital to making it actually happen. Burg's friend Joe is a perfect example. You could accurately say that he's a go-getter. He works hard, is ambitious, and dedicates himself to his craft. But working harder only seemed to make his goals feel more distant. The difference between successful people and Joe's way of doing things is that people who actually get ahead focus more on what they can give to others. Giving is at the heart of a go-giver attitude. It's all about focusing on the pleasure of giving, but also that you find what you seek. 2. You can only make your product so good, but connecting with your customers has long-lasting positive effects. Alright, so you know that focusing on giving is where it's at, but what are the details of how this works? This is where Burg's 5 laws of stratospheric success come in, the first of which is the law of value. This rule is all about helping your customers have an enjoyable and memorable experience with your work. A lot of people think that getting customers to return requires making their product perfect. Sometimes this works, but it's not possible for every business. A hot dog stand is a great illustration of this principle. You can only make your hot dogs so much better than the next guy's, right? That's why you need to take great care of your customers by giving them a positive feeling if you want to really stand out. Consider one hot dog stand owner named Ernesto. He went above and beyond by remembering customers' names, birthdays, and their favorite orders. Everyone that bought from him felt special. It paid off in a big way, too. His business did so well that he eventually owned 6 restaurants. Lesson 3. People would rather do business with someone who is authentic than a person that just wants to sell them something. Do you remember the last time a salesperson accosted you outside of their store? It's annoying to have to hear them drone on about how their product is the best. If you want to succeed in business, you need to do the opposite of this and be yourself. The law of authenticity is another of Burg's rules of success. Think back to a time when a company representative was themselves instead of robotically going from their script, and you know what I mean. To be genuine, you just need to view people as humans like yourself, rather than just another potential customer. The moral of the story is when you talk with people, just be yourself. Letting your uniqueness shine is the gateway to becoming truly successful. You can have all the skills in the world, but what people really want to see is your personality.